Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Graybeard Garage. My name is Matt, and we're back here on the property doing a little more work. And as you can see behind me, my wife's on the tractor, and we're moving all that downed wood that we had stacked over there, and we're moving it over here. So as you can see, we're shifting things around here because we got big things going on at the property. We are going to be putting in a 26 by 30 steel building with 12-foot walls right over there in that location. So we have to get all that area cleared out, and we got to get a couple of those bigger trees cut down. So that's what we're doing this weekend, guys, and we're doing that with the help of our RK24 tractor, which is from Rural King, and that'll get featured a lot this weekend. And then we also have our old Stihl MS310 with a 25-inch bar, and we'll be using that to help fell some of these trees. So guys, hang in there while we get this work done. We're going to take you along for the ride. Let's get to it. And so on the RK24, that grapple is a granite grapple, which is purchased at Rural King. And I believe that is a 48-inch grapple or 50-inch, I can't remember. But anyway, it's the smaller grapple that they have. That's perfect size for this tractor. As you can see, this tractor is very nimble, very fast. It is a hydrostatic transmission, so the great thing is it just has a forward-backward pedal, and you go. No worry about shifting gears or shuttle shifting or any of that nonsense. Very capable tractor. I think the lifting capacity on those arms is around 900 pounds. So it makes short work of tough items. And as you can see, you can just reach on in and grab piles of that wood. Unfortunately, this wood is so old, it's just breaking apart. There she goes with another big piece. So there was a large one here. You can see this log has been down for a long time, but it's still probably 10 inches round. It's probably longer or a bigger diameter before it rotted away partially. But we had to cut it up into little sections. So she went ahead and took all that. Here's another section of it here. So the idea is to get all this stuff here moved out. And then we're going to cut this tree down. And I think that tree down. And possibly that one and that one. A lot of work. But this tractor will help us make short work of it. Let's see if she can get another piece here. That works. So she's coming in from the other side now to try and get these logs. That worked a little better that time. Nice tight turn radius on it, so it makes it easy to get into tight spaces and work. And she's off and running. She'll come back and grab another stack out of this pile here. So she goes to dump that. We'll walk over here You can see we've got this pile pretty much cleared away. I'm gonna come through here with the box blade, and we'll take the box blade and run it through here, kind of smooth this out a little bit. But the idea was to get this stuff out of the way so that we can put our steel building here. That's the plan. So we need a 26 wide by 26 or by 30 long spot here. And I think we're just about there, but having these trees hang over kind of scares me a little bit. As you can see, they do kind of hang that way towards the south. I don't know if we can show that or not, but let's see. So you can kind of see that it does lean that way. So we'll see. I may cut that one down. It's a big old tree. And maybe that one too, like I said earlier. But here she's coming to grab another load. A lot of this is dirt and debris that we've moved here to get out of the way for other projects that now we're having to move again for another project. So kind of just shuffling crap around. But as you can see, it's doing a good job. All right, guys, so it's taken us probably 3 or 4 hours now 3 hours probably to go ahead and get through that pile of just cut up logs and debris that we have been dumping here for a couple years. If you remember, there was a stump sticking up out of the ground here. We knocked that over with the tractor here, pulled it out of the ground, dumped it over in our pile. It's way over there now. So the reason for all this cleanup on this side, as I mentioned earlier, is we're getting a steel building, and you can see the posts here to there, to there, and to there. So that is about 26 by 30, and this is where our steel building is going to go. And we wanted to get all this stuff out of the way, thinking we may have to cut these trees down. But as you can see, the trees don't really impede the footprint of the shed. So I think I'm gonna leave them alone. I'll probably regret it later, but for now, we're just gonna leave them the way they are. But anyway, guys, we cleaned all this up with our little RK24. So they do call this a 24. The 24 stands for 24 horsepower. That keeps it under 25, which means they don't have to do the DEF fluid. So it actually is about 24.5 or 6 horsepower. So it's just under 25. And at the PTO, I believe this one is 20 horsepower at the PTO. It might be 21 or 22, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But if you look at the RK25, which is a little bigger platform than this, has bigger wheels, it's got a little wider body on it, bigger lift capacity. The funny thing is, it's got the same exact engine in the RK25 as this. And it does not produce 25 horsepower. It produces the same as this. But at the PTO on the RK25, it actually has less horsepower at the PTO than the RK24. So something to think about if you're thinking about going into the RK25 or something like that. The RK25 does have less horsepower at the PTO, or at least the first models of the RK25 did. Now this one's a couple years old, guys. I think maybe a year and a half, but it performs very well. Like I said, we don't have any issues with it. And we got this out of Crystal River, Florida. And the sales manager there, his name is Robert. He's a great guy. Nice to work with. And as I mentioned, the grapple is RK branded by Granite Grapple and Top Dog Attachments. So grapple works really well. I don't really have any major complaints with the grapple itself, other than I don't necessarily like the fixed, the top as one piece. I've seen the grapples that are like a split grapple, and they seem to grab logs and stuff better, or uneven loads better. That's the only thing that I see that I wish this did have on it. Otherwise, it works perfect, no problems at all. And you can see we've cleared all this out here. So no complaints on that and how it performed there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to box drag this out, kind of just get this kind of cleaned up a little bit better so it looks a little nicer. And that'll take care of our little site prep here for our steel building. So guys, let's get back in the little unit here and do it. All right, guys, so we got a new tripod here that we're gonna try out today. So we'll see how this thing works out. We got this thing out as wide angle as we can go. And we'll just do a little box work for you. So let's go ahead and get to work. Well, guys, that's my grading job. I know it's not perfect and there's a little bit of waviness to it, but overall, we kind of got all the garbage scooped up out of the way that I wanted to move. And honestly, there's going to be concrete guys coming in here probably within the next couple weeks, tearing this place up and getting everything. They're going to come in, shoot grade on it. And if they have to bring the grade up or whatever, they're going to tear all this up anyway. So for now, for my purposes and getting it to where it needed to be, that's it. So I think that's where we're going to cut this video, guys. We got a couple more things we're going to do with the tractor this weekend that I want to show you. One of them involves a quick hitch, and we'll talk about that in the next video because I want that one to be a surprise. So anyway, guys, thanks for checking us out here on Graybeard Garage. As always, my name is Matt, and remember, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. See you next time.